My wife Sarah burst into tears. "Honey, I have terrible news. Our Bitcoin. It's gone. The exchange was hacked. 3.7 Bitcoin, worth $240,000, vanished overnight." She showed me emails, screenshots, even a police report she'd filed. I held her. As she sobbed, promised we'd recover financially. Then I did what any software engineer would do. I traced the blockchain. The hacker's wallet address looked familiar. Very familiar. It belonged to her personal trainer, Jake, the one she swore was just a friend. But she didn't know that Bitcoin leaves a permanent trail. Every transaction, every transfer, every lie preserved forever on the blockchain. Our entire life savings hadn't been stolen by hackers. It had been transferred to her boyfriend by my wife of 12 years. Welcome to the channel where cryptocurrency meets karma. If you're ready for a story of digital betrayal and blockchain justice, hit subscribe. Let me tell you how Bitcoins. Transparency exposed my wife's perfect crime. My name is Daniel Foster, 35 years old, senior software engineer at a tech startup in Austin. I married Sarah in 2013, back when Bitcoin was still considered internet funny money. We were both 23, fresh out of college, ready to build our life together. She was in marketing, creative, and ambitious. I was the tech nerd who believed cryptocurrency would change the world. I bought my first Bitcoin in 2013 for $200. Sarah thought I was crazy. Internet coins? Really? But she supported my interests, even if she didn't understand them. As Bitcoin grew, so did her interest. By 2017, when it hit $20,000, she was fully on board. "You were right," she admitted. "This is the future." We developed a strategy together. Every month, we'd invest 20% of our income into crypto, primarily Bitcoin. Through the crashes and peaks, we held. By 2021, our 3.7 Bitcoin was worth over $240,000. It was our house down payment, our future children's college fund, our early retirement plan. Sarah became as passionate about crypto as I was, reading white papers, following market trends. Life was good. Great jobs, nice apartment, shared goals. We talked about buying a house in 2025, starting a family. The Bitcoin was our security blanket. Sarah even got our wallet address engraved on a piece of jewelry. Our future, she called it. I taught her about security, private keys, the importance of cold storage. She was a quick learner. Things changed in January 2024 when Sarah joined CrossFit. "New year, new me," she announced. I supported it. We both needed exercise. She found a gym near her office, started going before work. The trainer, Jake Matthews, was supposedly the best. Former military, nutrition expert, motivational speaker. Sarah raved about him. "Jake says I have natural athletic ability," she'd tell me. "He's designing a special program just for me." I was happy she'd found something she enjoyed. When she started having evening sessions because mornings were too rushed, I didn't question it. When she bought new workout clothes every week, I figured it was normal. I was busy with a major product launch, working late hours. Jake started peering in her stories more. She'd mention his advice on everything: diet, supplements, even financial investments. "Jake's really into crypto too," she said one night. "He made a fortune on some altcoin." Red flag, but I ignored it. Sarah assured me he was gay, in a relationship, completely professional. I had no reason to doubt my wife. By summer 2024, Sarah was at the gym 5 days a week. Morning sessions, evening sessions, weekend boot camps. She looked great, seemed happy, but she was distant. Always on her phone, protective of her screen. When I'd ask about her day, she'd give vague answers. Just work stuff. Boring meetings. You wouldn't be interested. The first real sign something was wrong came in September 2024. I came home early from work with a migraine. Sarah's car was in the driveway, but she wasn't home. Her gym bag was there, workout clothes in the laundry. She came home 2 hours later in fresh gym clothes, hair wet from a shower at the gym. But her story didn't add up. She texted me at lunch saying she was skipping the gym due to cramps. I started noticing patterns. Charges at restaurants when she was supposedly at the gym. Uber rides to addresses I didn't recognize. New lingerie I'd never seen her wear. When I asked, she had explanations for everything. Client lunches, ride shares with coworkers, gifts from a bachelorette party. I wanted to believe her. This was Sarah, my wife, my partner in everything. Got October brought more signs. She was protective of her phone, changed her passcode, enabled facial recognition. She'd step outside for calls, claiming bad reception. Her laptop was suddenly password protected. She created separate browser profiles for work organization. The woman who used to share everything was building digital walls. The worst part was the emotional distance. She'd turn away from my kisses, claim exhaustion from workouts. Our sex life disappeared. She'd fall asleep texting, phone clutched too. Her chest. When I suggested couples therapy, she exploded. Why can't you just trust me? I'm finally taking care of myself, and you're making it weird. March 15th, 2025, started like any other day. I was at work, deep in code review, when Sarah called. Hysterical. Daniel, check your phone. Check the wallet. My blood went cold. In crypto, urgent wallet checks mean one thing: theft. I logged into our exchange account. Empty. Our hardware. Wallet backup transferred out. 3.7 Bitcoin gone. Sarah was sobbing on the phone. I got an email this morning. Someone accessed our account from Russia. They took everything. She was already home, had called the exchange, filed a police report online. Come home, she begged. I'm so scared. What if they have our other information? I left work immediately. Found Sarah on our couch, laptop open, tissues everywhere. She showed me everything: the email notification, the transaction history, even a screenshot of the hacker's IP address, Russian, of course. She'd posted in crypto forums warning others, contacted a lawyer about insurance claims. The perfect victim response. How did they get in? I asked, examining the evidence. I don't know. Sarah wailed. Maybe that phishing email last month? The one that looked like Coinbase? We'd received a phishing attempt, but neither of us had clicked it. Maybe malware? She suggested. I've been so careful, Daniel. I'm so sorry. I comforted Sarah, but my mind was already working. As a software engineer specializing in distributed systems, I understood blockchain technology deeply. Every Bitcoin transaction is recorded permanently. You can't hide the trail. While Sarah made us tea, I opened my laptop and started investigating. The transaction was simple. Our Bitcoin moved from our wallet to BC1 Q4 R8 N2 E3D5 at 2:47 a.m. From there, it went to another address, then another. Classic laundering pattern. But something felt off. The timing, the method, the clean transfer of exactly our entire balance. No testing transactions, no hesitation. Whoever did this knew exactly what they were doing. I used blockchain explorer tools to trace the path. 3 hops, then the Bitcoin landed in an address that had been active for months. Not typical for hackers who use fresh wallets. This address had transaction history, patterns, connections to other addresses. I started mapping the network, following the money trail through the blockchain's transparent ledger. Then I saw it. The receiving address had previously transacted with a KYC, Know Your Customer exchange. That meant someone had verified their identity to use that address. The exchange was Kraken, a reputable platform that cooperates with law enforcement. If we could get a subpoena, we could identify the thief. I didn't tell Sarah what I'd found. Instead, I contacted my friend Mike, who worked in blockchain forensics. Hey, I need a favor. Can you run a deep analysis on this transaction? Mike owed me from when I'd helped him debug his startup smart contracts. Within hours, he called back with results that shattered my world. Dude, this is weird. The final destination wallet is registered to someone named Jake Matthews. The KYC was completed last year. Address in Austin, verified bank account, the works. My heart stopped. Jake Matthews, Sarah's trainer. The gay, committed, professional trainer who was helping her get fit. Mike continued, there's more. This Jake guy has been receiving regular Bitcoin transfers for months. Small amounts, but they add up. Want me to trace those too? I told him. Yes, my mind racing. Why would Jake hack us? How would he even know about our Bitcoin? Unless ... the additional transactions painted a clear picture. Regular transfers from various wallets, all traced back to exchanges where Sarah had accounts. Small amounts, 0.01 BTC here, 0.02 there. Date patterns matching her gym sessions. The blockchain doesn't lie. Sarah had been sending our Bitcoin to Jake for months, small enough amounts I hadn't noticed. The hack was just the final transfer. I needed more proof before confronting Sarah. That night, while she slept, aided by the sleeping pills she'd started taking for workout recovery, I installed monitoring software on our router, legal in Texas for your own network. I also checked her Google location history. She'd forgotten. I had access from when we shared locations for safety. The location data was damning. Multiple visits to addresses that weren't the gym. Hotels during lunch hours. Jake's apartment on evenings she claimed to be at client dinners. The router log showed cryptocurrency transactions correlating with these visits. She'd been slowly draining our secondary wallets, thinking I wouldn't notice small amounts missing. Her email was the final mail. Hidden in drafts, never sent, were love letters to Jake, plans for their future together. Once we have the Bitcoin, we can start fresh. Daniel will never know what hit him. Play the victim perfectly, and insurance might pay out too. My wife hadn't just cheated, she'd orchestrated an elaborate crypto heist with her lover. The most painful discovery was a message from February. I can't wait until we don't have to hide anymore. Daniel's so trusting, he actually taught me everything about crypto security. Idiot doesn't realize I've been moving coins for months. After the big hack, we'll have enough to disappear. Mexico? Costa Rica? Somewhere crypto-friendly where we can cash out slowly. I spent 3 days planning my response. Consulted a lawyer, gathered all evidence, moved our remaining assets to wallets only I controlled. Created backups of everything, emails, blockchain evidence, location data. Even hired a private investigator to photograph Sarah entering Jake's apartment. I needed ironclad proof for the divorce. On March 19th, I confronted her. She was preparing for her morning gym session, packing her bag with the lingerie I'd found in her drawer. Sarah, we need to talk about the hack, I said calmly. She immediately went into victim mode. I know, baby. I can't stop thinking about it. How could someone do this to us? I know how, I said, pulling up the Blockchain Explorer on my laptop. They transferred it to Jake Matthews' wallet. Your trainer, the one you're fucking. The color drained from her face. That's impossible. How would Jake? Someone must have stolen his identity. I showed her the transaction history, the months of small transfers, the location data, the email drafts. Her performance crumbled. Daniel, I can explain ... But there was no explanation that could undo the betrayal. She'd stolen our future and giving it to another man, then tried to gaslight me into believing we were hack victims. Sarah tried every manipulation tactic: tears, anger, bargaining, threats. It's your fault. You love that Bitcoin more than me. Jake understands me in ways you never did. We can work this out. I'll get the Bitcoin back. When I showed her the private investigator photos, she finally broke down and admitted everything. The affair started 6 months after she joined the gym. Jake wasn't gay. That was a lie to lower my guard. He was a crypto enthusiast who recognized an opportunity when Sarah mentioned our holdings. Together, they planned the theft. Small transfers to test if I'd notice, then the big hack when they had enough confidence. I was going to leave you anyway, she spat. At least this way I get something for 12 wasted years. The mask was completely off. The woman I'd loved, built a future with, trusted with everything. She was a stranger. A stranger who'd stolen $240,000 and destroyed our marriage for a muscled con artist. Filed for divorce immediately. Texas is a community property state, but crypto theft during marriage is a crime. The evidence was overwhelming. Sarah tried to transfer the Bitcoin back, but Jake had already moved it. Turns out he was playing her too. The wallet was under his sole control. When she went to his apartment that night, he was gone. Packed up, disappeared, $240,000 richer. The legal process was swift. Crypto theft is wire fraud, a federal crime. The FBI's cryptocurrency unit took the case seriously. Clear evidence, documented trail, confession from Sarah. She faced up to 20 years for wire fraud, plus state charges for theft. Her lawyer negotiated a plea deal, 18 months in federal prison. Full restitution. Finding Jake was harder. He'd vanished, but blockchain doesn't lie. He eventually tried to cash out through a Romanian exchange. Interpol was waiting. Arrested in Bucharest, extradited to the U.S. His sentence was harsher, 5 years federal time. The Bitcoin was partially recovered, though some had been spent on his escape attempt. The divorce was brutal but quick. Sarah got nothing. Crime negates community property rights. She'd destroyed her career, her reputation, her freedom for Bitcoin she never got to spend. Her family disowned her. Friends chose sides. Most chose mine after seeing evidence. She lost everything for an affair with a con artist who played her like she played me. I recovered about 2.8 of the 3.7 Bitcoin through legal action. The rest was gone, spent by Jake or lost in mixing services. But I had something more valuable: freedom from a woman who could betray me so completely. The blockchain had saved me from a lifetime with someone capable of such deception. It's been 8 months since the hack. I still check blockchain explorers obsessively, tracking where our stolen Bitcoin went. Some ended up in mixing services, some on darknet markets. Jake had connections Sarah never knew about. She thought she was the player, but was just another mark in his long con game. I've rebuilt my crypto portfolio, more secure than ever. Hardware wallets, multi-sig requirements, paranoid security. Trust no one, verify everything. The blockchain taught me that transparency is the ultimate protection. Sarah couldn't hide her crimes because every transaction was permanent, public, traceable. Dating isn't on my radar yet. How do you trust after such betrayal? When someone shares your bed, your dreams, your future, and steals it all for a gym fling? Therapy helps. Support groups for financial betrayal victims help. Work helps. I've become the company's blockchain security expert, helping others protect their assets. The house we were saving for? I bought it myself. Smaller than planned, but mine. The Bitcoin recovery, plus my continued investing, made it possible. Every room is a reminder that I survived, rebuilt, thrived. Sarah's in federal prison. Jake's in maximum security, and I'm free. The blockchain saved me in ways Satoshi Nakamoto never imagined. This experience taught me valuable lessons about trust, technology, and human nature. First, the blockchain is truly immutable. Sarah thought digital crime was invisible, untraceable. She learned that cryptocurrency is the worst choice for theft. Every movement is recorded forever. Traditional bank theft might fade. Blockchain theft is eternal evidence. Second, people aren't who they seem. Sarah played the perfect wife for 12 years while planning betrayal. She learned enough about cryptocurrency to steal it, but not enough to hide it. Jake played the supportive trainer while orchestrating a long con. Both underestimated the technology. They tried to exploit. Third, small signs matter. Those tiny Bitcoin transfers I ignored were test runs. The behavior changes, the secrecy, the distance, all signs of deception. In crypto and relationships, vigilance matters. Trust but verify isn't just a blockchain motto. It's life advice. Finally, justice exists in the digital age. Sarah thought she'd executed the perfect crime. Anonymous hackers, untraceable coins, devastated husband. Instead, she created perfect evidence of her betrayal. The blockchain doesn't care about lies, manipulation, or tears. It simply records truth permanently. My name is Daniel Foster. I discovered my wife had stolen our life savings in Bitcoin and transferred it to her affair partner, attempting to disguise it as a hack. The blockchain's transparency exposed her crime, led to federal convictions, and saved me from a lifetime with a woman capable of such betrayal. To those holding cryptocurrency, protect your keys, monitor your wallets, trust no one completely. The person sleeping beside you might be planning your financial destruction. But remember, the blockchain records everything. Every transaction tells a story. Sarah's story is now permanently recorded. Wire fraud, conspiracy, betrayal. To those considering crypto crime, don't. A blockchain is unforgiving. Your crime will be recorded forever, traceable by anyone with an internet connection. Sarah learned this in federal court as prosecutors showed jury members how to trace Bitcoin transactions. Her tears couldn't erase the immutable ledger. Sarah thought she was stealing Bitcoin. She was actually creating evidence. Jake thought he was seducing a mark. He was documenting conspiracy. I thought I was building a future with my soulmate. I was living with a stranger. But the blockchain knew the truth all along, waiting patiently to reveal it. My Bitcoin is safer now. My life is lonelier, but authentic. And somewhere in federal prison, Sarah has 3 more months to contemplate how a distributed ledger destroyed her centralized deception. That's the beauty of cryptocurrency. It doesn't just transfer value, it reveals character. And Sarah's character is forever recorded on the blockchain. Thief, liar, federal inmate. The future? I'll keep stacking sats, building wealth, living. Honestly, every Bitcoin in my wallet is clean, earned, protected. Sarah's prison wallet is empty. No Bitcoin in federal custody. Jake's wallet is seized. Crime doesn't pay in crypto. And my wallet? Growing steadily, secured completely, teaching me daily that in code we trust, because people will always disappoint.